Tia on the other side of the screen. Hello, Shine here. Welcome to my channel if it's your first time, and welcome back if you've watched my previous videos. For this video, I decided to share some lessons that I learned from watching a recent K-drama called 18 Again. It was based on the American film 17 Again, which starred Zac Efron. First, I'm gonna be sharing about the lessons regarding the couples, and then the parent-children relationship, and lastly, regarding friendships. Number 10. Support and believe in your children. This is one of the issues that the drama tackled, which I really appreciated. As parents, I know that you only wish for the best for your children, and you're willing to do anything and everything for them. There was a part in the series where some parents used their money to pay for an opportunity to be given to their children. But when some of those children found out about it, they felt like their parents actually didn't believe in them and in their capabilities. And obviously that hurt them. If I was in their position, I would honestly feel the same way. So instead of doing such things, encouraging them and believing in them is still the best option. And regarding dreams, I know you must have dreams for your children as well. But what if theirs is actually contradicting yours? This is something our protagonist had to deal with. Their daughter's dream, what she wanted to do, is one that is not often easily accepted by most parents. At first, they were taken aback by it and tried to talk their daughter out of her decision, although she already had a clear goal in mind. But later on, they researched about it and finally chose to support their daughter instead. Personally, I believe what they did was great, because although it is very tempting to just keep on deciding for your children, telling them what to do all the time, it may be hindering their growth as a person. And if you force them to follow what you wanted them to do, for example, what course to take in college, when something bad happens in the future because of it, there's a high possibility they'll blame you. So when your children have a dream, instead of discouraging them saying it's impossible or it's not going to do them any good, because you know what's best for them, right? I hope you'll choose to listen to them first and try to look at things from their perspective instead, before trying to discourage them. If you think that what they want is going to be hard to do, explain to them the consequences you can think of when they take that path, and afterwards, if they still want to push through with it, I hope you will be there to support them. In that way, you will be training them how to take responsibility for their own choices. This will help them to be a stronger and more responsible person in the long run. Give them space to grow and flourish, just like how you chose to wait for them to stand up on their own after falling when they were kids. So they learn to walk on their own 2 feet, but still always watching over them. Number 11, be more open with one another. Just like how being honest to your partner matters, being more open to your children can also help close that gap between you. Many times, parents tend to keep their struggles to themselves, the same thing that was mentioned in number 2. But by doing this, it just creates that gap and brews up misunderstandings between them and their children. You can't expect your children to be more open to you when you yourself can't be more open to them. We may not be able to find a solution and help you with your troubles, but we can at least support you to the best that we can. In doing so, you actually show that you trust us too. Then maybe we can start to understand you a bit better as well. Because what is a family? A family is a group of people who goes through life's challenges together, helping and supporting one another. That's why a group of people without any blood relations can still be a family. And it's also why without that, a family related by blood may not really feel like a family. Number 12. A true friend won't leave you even during hard times. True friends are like family, though not related by blood. They won't leave you during tough times. Like what has been mentioned in the drama, you can call someone a friend when they ignore you when you're in trouble. True friends are more than willing to help you carry your burdens. They are those who believe in you and encourage you to keep on running the race, which they'll run with you. A true friend is willing to help you without asking anything in return. If you want to have true friends, be like one yourself first. Number 13. Practice and visualize. Although the female protagonist hasn't achieved her dream yet, and her chances of reaching it is starting to decrease further as time passes by, she never stopped honing her skills. She never got tired of trying again and again, hoping that there would come a time when she will finally be able to achieve it. And true enough, her hard work eventually paid off. Number 14. Don't joke about someone's status in life. This is probably one of the most irritating portions for me. This happened during a class reunion, and the classmates of the male protagonist said some things about him, how he's turned out, and they joked about it. It honestly ticked me off because, to quote what he said, "When you mock and laugh at my life, does it make you feel better about your lives? Is that it?" Afterwards, they said, "Gosh, we were just joking." This is not something to joke about. Making fun of someone's struggles in life is so not cool. Number 15. Don't hesitate to help others without expecting anything in return. This has been shown in the series a couple of times, and what our protagonist always answered was, "Don't worry about it. I did it because I was reminded of my daughter." They never hesitated helping others, even when that meant putting their jobs or even their life at risk. Number 16. Fight when it's needed. One of my most favorite lines from the series was this: "Violence isn't the right way, but there are times when you shouldn't put up with bullying. It's when you need to protect something dear to your heart." And I also love that scene when they fought through a game of basketball instead of a fist fight. Number 17. Spend quality time with your loved ones. For me, this is one of the most important things. Nothing beats a time well spent with your family and loved ones. Time with each other, with phones safely tucked away somewhere, while you have deep heart-to-heart talks and fun moments. You can never strengthen a relationship without spending some quality time together. And by quality time, it doesn't mean spending long hours in one room with everyone busy scrolling through their own phones without talking to one another. Our protagonist eventually realized the importance of this, so one thing he did is playing basketball with his son to have that bonding time together. Number 18. Live your days to the fullest. Here's some great things the male protagonist said. You should always live your days to the fullest and never forget your loved ones around you. I want you to remember your days as an 18-year-old filled with good memories instead of regrets. And another one is, no matter how old you get, there is always something new to learn. If you think of it as a regret, that's the end of it. But when you think of it as a lesson learned, it brings a new beginning. I'll try to learn more from now on, whether it's about work, life, and love. I'm going to spend my life without any regrets. As an 18-year-old myself, I really enjoyed this series. I've shared 18 lessons I've learned from it so far, but those were only the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more you can get when you watch it yourself. The 17 Again movie where it was based was very interesting, but this drama covered so much more depth compared to that one. Probably because 18 Again is a series with 16 episodes, while that one was a single movie. Anyway, if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend you do. I promise you won't regret it. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did when I reminisced the scenes in my mind while I was listing all these lessons down. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like Hong Dae-young said, no matter how old you get, there is always something new to learn. So, let's keep on learning. Take care always and God bless. Bye!